Right, Fajar. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Emma. I'm your examiner for this simulation test. I'm working for the local government of Sumbawa, and at the moment, I'm an IELTS instructor as well at SCLC Sumbawa, Samoa Chindika Language Center Sumbawa. And tonight we are going to have a simulation test for the IELTS speaking test. And please introduce yourself.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Fajar Indra Kurniawan, but you can call me Fajar or Indra. I was graduated from the Advanced School of Education and Teacher Training Paracendikia NW Sumbawa in 2021, and I was majoring in English education. And currently, I am a teacher in one of the vocational school in Sumbawa since before I was graduated.
Okay,
That's all.
nice. Fajar. So I call you Fajar, right?
Right.
Um, uh, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
Sorry.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have two sisters and a brother.
Okay, okay, what they are doing?
My older sister is now currently working in one of the province bank in Mataram as a teller, and my sister, she is just staying home, and my brother is still in junior high school in Mr. Zulkifli's school, our governor.
Okay, okay, nice. Where do you live in Sumbawa?
I live in Sumbawa and currently in Labuhan, Olatwarang, Block U37.
Okay, okay. So during your spare time or maybe in the weekend, what do you do in the weekend?
Well, I used to go traveling with my friends, or maybe it's I am alone if there is no one want to join me. And I usually go to the Batu Bulan Dam alone just to refresh myself, refresh my mind from the hectic activity that I have since the first of the weekend of the week. Sorry.
Okay, nice, Fajar. Thanks. Now let's talk about your hometown or village. Yeah. What kind of place is it?
It is a town, sir. Its name is Sumbawa, and I have lived here since I was born. So I was born here.
Okay. What is the most interesting part of this of Sumbawa, of your town?
Well, if we talk about the interesting thing in Sumbawa, and I try to compare it to the capital city, or just taking for example from Mataram, Sumbawa has something that maybe Mataram doesn't have. It is one feature that be also the icon of Sumbawa, and it is the cow. Many cows I saw in Sumbawa just be really released by the owner. Like maybe we can find traffic jam in Mataram that caused by motors or cars, but in Sumbawa we found cows that cross the hallway or the way and cause the traffic jam.
All right, that's so interesting, I think. Um, Now let's talk about people in Sumbawa. What kind of jobs do people do in Sumbawa?
Well, because we are living in an island, mostly people working in two kind of jobs here. They are as a farmer and as the fisher. And also in Sumbawa, well known as the producer of cornfield or corns, and they export many yard result of produce from Sumbawa to the other province or even districts in Indonesia.
Okay. Would you say it's a good place to live or work?
Well, I'll say Sumbawa maybe not as similar as the capital city that have so many features in it, but I'll say Sumbawa is a safe place to live because if we compare the air and the condition from the capital city, Sumbawa has fresh air, and also there are still many land that not be fulfilled from many buildings in Sumbawa. So maybe there's still more place to search for natural, um, let's say, entities in Sumbawa, like um, worms or even the wild animal.
Okay, okay. Now let's talk more. Let's move to a topic about accommodation. In maybe in bahasa rumah, tipe rumah accommodation. Yeah. Tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in.
Well, sorry, I don't really get the question. So
Okay. What
could you
type
repeat
of
once again,
house? What
please?
type of house you live in?
Well, yeah, I get it. I live in a wall, sir, not in wood or stage house, like many Sumbawanese people that live in village. I live in the residence, so mostly the house in here are made by bricks and stones and walls. And this is my own house that my father and my mother both from the last owner.
Okay. And how long have you lived there?
I've been living in here for let's say 12 years
So
because
12 years. So you didn't live there before.
yeah, um I was living in Lempe first, the place where I was born, and I moved in Olatarang in 2003 in my first house, which is in front of my house too.
Okay.
And I moved here in this house in 2010. Yeah, I guess. I
Okay.
forgot the specific.
Yeah, that's fine. What do you like about living in your house there, living there?
Well, since I said it's a resident, it's different from the people who live in village and residents. Mostly in here, people not really communicate to each other. It's also good for me because since I am an introvert person, that I don't want to have country let's say communication to many people. I only talk to people when I'm ready. So this is a good place for me to live.
Okay. And what sort of accommodation would you most like to live in?
What accommodation?
What type of
What kind of,
accommodation or house would you most like to live in?
I don't really get the question,
Okay.
but
You stay
maybe
at the moment you live in residence, right? Um, is it the most type of accommodation you like, or you have other types of accommodation that you are willing to stay to live in?
oh well, um this place is quite good for me, uh, but this is not the best. I still reaching or seeking for a good more place to live, such like I have a dream that I will buy a house on a cliff on a small mountain, just because I love to be alone and I like a silent environment where I can do my own job, because my hobbies are need place to do that alone. I mean, like, such as like I am also a singer. Because I'm a singer, I mostly spend my time to sing, and I record myself to sing. But here, because I am living in front here, I sometimes feel disturbed by it, by the traffic, and with the cars and motors that pass in front of my house. So maybe in the future, I have a dream to buy new house that something that higher.
Okay, all right, got it.